Today's podcast is about efficiency. Now you will say your name of the channel itself is Efficiency 365. So what's new? Well, the new thing is I was discussing with friends recently and my close friend Raj pointed out that I don't have a video which tells exactly what is efficiency. I have many related videos, but exactly what efficiency means in the context of what I teach is missing. So here is the video. So disclaimer first. Efficiency is a huge topic and people have spent their lifetimes managing it. But what I'm talking about is unstructured work efficiency. Means work which we spend every day 3-4 hours on Word, Excel, PowerPoint, maybe Google, maybe Adobe, maybe some other tool. But there is no structure. There is no well-defined process. It's not a line of business application. So I'm not talking about finance management, ERP, payroll, HR. No. Those applications are customized. Here we are talking about open-ended applications like Office, Adobe, AutoCAD, where I know exactly what to do. My job is getting done, but the process nobody has looked at and tried to optimize. That's unstructured work. Now, what is efficiency in that context? Let's understand that. It's very simple. You don't need a number, you don't need a formula, don't need some ratio. Whatever activity I'm doing, I will do in the fastest, smartest and most optimal way. The outcome is reached, outcome or output is error-free, and I did not spend more time than required. Simple definition. So minimum effort, maximum impact. That's what we want. Now how do we go about doing it? So there are two aspects to it. One is the mind aspect of it and one is the operational aspect. Unless you understand the concept properly in your mind, you will not be able to implement it. Now remember, this is not a competition between you and me or you and someone else. Nobody is saying how many features you know versus how many features I know. There is no such competition, and if you have that mindset, you're not going to go anywhere. This is not a competition about vocabulary, right? It's a competition with yourself about utilizing your energy, your time in the most optimal manner. It's in your interest to do that. So, mindset is, I am already getting my job done. What I don't know, do I know? I know some things, my job is getting done, yes. But what I don't know may be equally useful, if not more. So I will explore and find the best way. That's the efficient mindset. The inefficient mindset is exactly reverse. I say, my job is getting done. So what I know is enough and what I don't know is useless. I'm not going to waste time. In fact, that's not a wastage, that's an investment. So once you start understanding that, you will implement all the processes which I'm talking about. Now from an operational point of view, you take any activity which you are doing, say how many steps are involved. Can I reduce the number of steps? Can I reduce the repetition? And then find a better way. And once you find the better way, obviously you're not going to use a worse way. So it's a no-brainer. So what are the steps involved? First step towards becoming efficient is to detect inefficiency. Because if you don't know where is inefficiency, how will you improve it? So, I'll simplify the process for you. At least in the context of office, and I'm doing this for 30 plus years, I can guarantee tell you whatever you're doing in the context of office tools is inefficient. Why am I so confident? Because we have learned it by trial and error. Anything which is learned by trial and error may give you the outcome, but process is very unlikely to be optimal. Now, before we go ahead, I want to show you some evidence. Why? Because I want to show you how much improvement is possible. Typically, when you do business process reengineering, BPR, Lean, Six Sigma, before, after comparison, 15, 20, 30%, 50% max. Here, this is real data from a bank in Philippines. I sat with those people. They showed me what work they do, like we do BPR. Quantified the before time. I showed them a better method, quantified the after time. And now you can see for yourself, thousands of % improvement, and that too without any hardware software upgrade, without any programming. And of course, there was no ChatGPT that time. So this is the level of potential we have in unstructured work improvement. And because we don't know there is so much possibility, we don't look at it seriously, but now you do. So with that in mind, let's see what exactly inefficiency is and how to improve it. I'll give you 3 benchmarks where you can audit your own work. So while you're working, think, am I doing something repetitive? If that repetitive thing is adding value to me, then okay. If it's not adding value, then there must be a better way. Am I helping the software instead of the software helping me? Sometimes I'm not even helping, I'm struggling with the software. That means there has to be a better way. And third is, am I using hands excessively and brain is idle, waiting for hands to finish that operational thing? Then again, there must be a better way. So 3 simple benchmarks. So detect inefficiency, step 1. Now you have to find the efficient way. Traditionally, we will say, I will search. And nowadays, there is a fashion to ask ChatGPT. Don't do both of them, because there is a simpler way. You are working on a piece of software. Agreed? That software has been created by someone who understands the subject and your needs. When I say your needs, not only you, millions, billions of people, their needs. So they know what they're doing. So if you have a need, guaranteed, someone must have noticed it and given you a solution. You just have to find that solution. Now to find that solution in the software which is sitting in front of you, why go to Google or Bing or ChatGPT? You stay there and think, whatever I'm trying to do, is it a local problem? Local problem means if you have a table, you're talking about a column. If you have a document, you're talking about a paragraph. That's a local problem. Now, if you need anything about a localized thing, right-click menu always gives you the correct option. Why am I so confident? Because right-click menu technically is actually called context menu. Did you know that? Why is it called context menu? Because I right-click in a particular place, so it already knows what is that place, and then it's going to assemble all the options relevant to that place and give it to you. Depending on where I am, it's giving me options. Maybe you have clicked there, maybe you have seen, but you have not seen all of them. So now look at all of them and say, what am I trying to do? Will this help? No, maybe. That maybe could be the best answer. That's how local problem, right-click, generally will give you the solution. Simple. Now it's a larger problem. That means if it's not one paragraph, it's 5 paragraphs. Or if it's not one column, the entire table. When the context expands, then you cannot right-click at 20 places. Then it is a more general context. If it is a general context, right-click is useless. So you look at the menus on top. They are called tabs, menus, whatever you want to call it. Now there are many menus, but there are 2 types of menus or tabs. Here is a menu called table menu. This menu will come and go. Only if I am in a table, it will come. Only if I click a picture, the picture menu will come. So these are transient menus which come and go depending on what you have clicked. If you find such a menu, obviously everything related to the table or the picture has to be in that menu. So we have already shortlisted. In some cases, there is no special menu. In that case, you have to go from left to right. Just read the names. File. Am I doing file level something? No. Home tab usually means editing, formatting. Am I doing that? Am I inserting something like that? Logically, you say no, maybe. Once you go to maybe, go to that tab, look at all the group names, and then you will find the answer. Local problem, right-click. Bigger problem, menu on top. There is a third option. Third option means what? File level problem. Right now, we were talking about content. Content means paragraphs, tables, pictures, slides. But what about the entire file? Anything to do with file, needless to say, will be in the file menu. I am surprised to know how many people have never explored the file menu so far. In fact, I have a separate video for that. Have a look at it. Now, something can be bigger than a file. Now, what can be bigger than a file? Well, the application itself. So I want to change something at application level, means how the entire behavior of the application, whether it is Word or Photoshop or Adobe Premiere or XYZ, doesn't matter. Those are behavioral settings and they are in file options or edit preferences, whatever is the methodology of that particular vendor. But generally there will be a preferences or options area. And within that there will be subdivisions. You go and figure it. So bottom line, 4 places, right click, menu on the top, file menu and options. That will give you all answers. And if you don't find using this method, then you go to Google or ChatGPT. Get the idea? Try it out and let me know if you like it. If you get stuck somewhere, resist the urge of going to search. Try it out a little more, because in the process, you are learning the art of exploration. And that's the most important part about efficient mindset. In fact, many of you must have noticed, and so many of you have actually put them in so many words in comments, that the kind of content I am providing, maybe similar content is available elsewhere, but the approach is better. It is more concise, it is more logical. You're not just learning the topics. I'm implementing the process which I'm telling you. I'm not teaching you spoon feeding based, this is the problem, this is the solution. I'm actually teaching you the method of learning. So if you have not seen videos and subscribed to the channel, this is a good time to do that right now. The next thing is, let's say I found inefficient process, then I found the efficient process. Now, how do I know what I have currently discovered is the best process? Isn't there a better way? Well, again, you'll have to search. No. Think of the activity which you just made efficient by finding a better way. Very good. Now think, whatever the example I have taken, if that example becomes slightly bigger, the data size increases, number of rows, columns, or complexity increases, will my process work exactly the same way, or I'll have to repeat that process? If complexity or size increasing does not change the process, that means it's the optimal process. Simple benchmark. No need to search. Simple common sense. So far we have seen, okay, I am doing this activity, I found it is inefficient, now I found a better way, done. Is that the end of it? No, this is reactive. We have to do something proactively, because there are thousands of features which you have never had the time or inclination to look at. So whenever you get little free time, look at the features. There is no need right now. There is nothing which is pending, but you still look at them proactively. You know which ones you have been ignoring. Just look at the tooltip. Just right click somewhere, explore. Why? Because every button in every software, Microsoft or otherwise, is a solution. Solution to what? A problem or a need or a use case or a scenario. Maybe you have not come across that scenario. Someone else has. They suggested the problem. Microsoft or the vendor created the solution. That's sitting in front of you. Solution is there. Just discover the need behind it. Little bit of common sense and you'll say, oh, this is where I can use it. So once you find the need, then it's a no-brainer. If you have the need, use it. If you don't have the need, nothing is lost. Just remember it. Next time the need arises, you can always go back to it with little effort. I'm sure I have provoked some thought in your mind. Don't just leave it at thought level. Try it out. Let me know how it works for you. If it doesn't work, let me know that as well. I'll be happy to help you. But don't post questions unless you have tried, because trying itself is learning. Along these same lines, I have many similar podcasts about how to manage ignorance, how to manage inefficiency, what are the side effects of efficiency, and many more topics. So have a look at those as well and let me know your feedback. So that's it for now. Happy efficiency.